vending machines, huge black monolithic vending machines. They used to get robbed before they started putting bombs in them. Now if you tip one over, it's liable to detonate, take out a whole neighborhood. Of course that's illegal, but the company just claims that they're not responsible if their equipment's damaged. Somehow, I guess, it got past. I mean, no one really cares anyway. Now no one would even try to fight it. I mean, everything you want sold by the vendors, mostly scrap. Put in money and use your own credit you got within the company. The vending machine will hand out food for you. Can't remember what the ratio is. It's like 3 to 1 or something like that. But it'll keep you alive. Again, even then, that's mostly on the outer reaches. Out here on the fringe, I mean, they just give you hard currency. Walking around with money is pretty dangerous. Your best just to go and spend it right away on scrap. Head over to the machine. If you got a house or you're lucky enough to have a space that you're renting to live in, I mean, they'll give you credit then, but if you're just a transient like most of us out here, well, it's a joke. Waste Tech isn't real credit, they just gave us the finger, you know. See, in order to be in the arcs, there's the arc lifestyle. It's like another world. It's not even the same place in the arcologies. See, in there you're employed, and inside there you're paid by credit. Everything is done by credit. There's no actual physical cash. And inside the arcologies, when you eat, they take everything out of account, so you don't actually hold money in your hands. You have so many credits to your account, and it's all linked. It's all digital. Let's see, the big one is having a child. If you have a child, that's very, very expensive in the arcologies. I don't care who you are, it puts you, the whole family, and therefore the child, in debt. And that child will work the rest of their lives in that arcology trying to pay for the privilege of being born. They call this their self-worth. It's amazing, isn't it? And ironically enough, the older you get, the less they're worth, because they paid off most of their debt. With any luck, with any hope, they'll die broke. If you think that's brutal, the reason why I do what I do is for education. That's why I'm a librarian. Trying to break the circle. See, to have education, you must be licensed. In order to be licensed, to be part of a licensing scheme, you have to be employed. But to become employed, you must have a credit rating. They do a credit rating check. To have a credit rating, well, you have to have a bank account. To have an account, you must be sponsored by some company. To get sponsored, you gotta have an education. And that brings us back to, in order to have an education, you gotta be licensed. No money, no bank, no job, no education, no money. Repeat. If you're not born into the arcs, it's pretty hard to get your way in there. Sometime in hostile takeovers, or I've heard of whole families that were living in the arcs just get swept out, just gone. They're out in the street. Of course, they don't live 20 minutes out here. There's all kinds of ways to make money. Growing up on the fringes and in the outer reaches and that, we call it treasure hunting with the kids. They shouldn't be out doing it, but they wander through the areas, scavenging for tech out to the wastelands. They bring back whatever they find and they barter for food. Whole families can do that just to survive. I mean, you just go around and areas that are off limits and whatnot, and see what you can find that's worth something. More often than not, the kids out here, they all in gangs, they hook up with the gangs. Different gangs for sections of the city. If a family moves into a section of the city, and some of the areas it reaches on the fringe, I mean, if you live in an area, a member of your family better be part of that gang, in which case it's all good. If not, then you'll probably have to move. And then, yeah, learn how to make your crack sticks. Crack sticks are CPU stacks they use for cracking vending machines. Oh yeah, they still get robbed. I mean, but now they just take these little circuit boards and they daisy chain all these processors together and overclock the whole works so that they can use them for brute force hard encryption breaking. Mostly liches and that buy them, some monks, but, you know, they sell. They're illegal, of course. You get busted with a crack stick. I mean, but or the last thing you got to worry about is being arrested. I mean, if you even saw a crack stick in your ecology, you'd probably be questioned for days. Everyone scavenges for the fences. Those are the guys who buy all these black market stuff. I mean, every little area's got a fence. Everyone knows who the fence is. You know, I got stuff to sell. Sure, go see the fence. And then they give out cash. It's like the whole sub-black market. I stay away from it. But you can't avoid it. I mean, it's always there. On slow days, you wind up flesh ripping. I mean, you can do good if you get a spider. I mean, if you kill a spider for a plant animal, you can make out okay. But I'll talk more about the spiders another time. Spiders are mostly on the inner city, and you don't want to mess with them too much. Flesh ripping is when you find the dead and you wind up cashing them in. In the beginning, it was just, you know, burn boothing bodies and getting money, but eventually, in free enterprise, you figure out a way to get more money. You see, if it's dead fresh, you know, if you find a fresh corpse, you can, you know, you debone it, and the bones go into the burn booths, and you drain it for the blood. And generally, you find yourself a toilet, one of the waste tech booths, and pour the blood down the toilet. That way, you get the cash, so you can make gas from it, right? I mean, if you get a fresh body that's less than 30 minutes, I mean, you want to get down to the body banks. I mean, that's gut selling. If they take the organs out, that's the biggest way to make money. But the problem is you show up with a body, they take it inside. If they can't use anything, they've cut up the body, and you don't get the body back. You wind up walking out of there with a donut, right? Nothing. And you had them all set up like emergency wards in the old days. You run in with your body, and they rush in. And man, they got it down to an art form. You should see a body come apart in one of those places. Sometimes families would kill one of their own just to survive. You see them out of the view, because of course the body banks frown on this activity. They know what's happening. 2 crying parents, 3 crying kids, bringing a 4th child with a very, very recent smash on his head. The chances are they hit him with a brick. And again, you know, you can always sell the fresh heads to the skag lords. You know, especially if they're teenagers, good bucks for that. Personally, I think it's unethical. I'd never sell heads for drugs. I mean, I'll just stick with the straight flesh ripping.